If you are a fan of King Arthur's line of baking products, you will love these delicious King Arthur gluten-free biscuit recipes. They are full of flavor while also being gluten-free, which is great for anyone with an intolerance to gluten. These are some recipes you want to keep on hand. These biscuits pair well with so many things, such as sausage gravy, eggs, and jam. They are versatile and are great for serving at breakfast or with tea. These gluten-free baking mix recipes are relatively simple to make, so you don't need to have any prior baking experience. What you will need: for flaky biscuits, 1 3/4 cups King Arthur gluten-free all-purpose flour, ½ teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon xanthan gum, 1 teaspoon baking powder, ½ teaspoon baking soda, 8 tablespoons butter, cold, cut into squares, ½ cup buttermilk, 2 tablespoons honey. For drop biscuits, 1 1/2 cups King Arthur gluten-free all-purpose flour, 2 3/4 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3/4 cup heavy or whipping cream, 1 large egg. Step-by-step instructions for flaky biscuits. Step 1. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, salt, xanthan gum, baking powder, and baking soda. Cut in the butter until it is in chunks about the size of a nickel. Step 2. In a small bowl, mix the buttermilk and honey. Pour it into the dry ingredients and mix until the dough comes together. There should be only a few dry crumbs in the mixture. Step 3. Add the dough onto parchment paper that has been dusted with cornstarch. Using the paper, fold the dough over on itself 8 times. Pat down to a ½ inch in thickness between each fold. Step 4. After the last fold, pat the dough down to a 1/2-3/4 inch. Using your biscuit cutter, cut out the biscuits until all the dough is used. Step 5. On a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, place your biscuits. Put in the freezer while you preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Step 6. Once the oven is preheated, take the biscuits out of the freezer and brush the tops with buttermilk. Bake them for 15 minutes until the tops are golden brown. Serve the biscuits warm. Step-by-step instructions for drop biscuits. Step 1. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Line the baking tray with parchment paper. Whisk together the flour, baking powder, and salt in a large mixing bowl. Step 2. In a small bowl, mix the cream and egg until well combined. Pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Mix until a dough forms. Step 3. Scoop the biscuits into round balls, around the size of ping pongs. Top the biscuits with cream, milk, or butter for flavor. Step 4. Bake the biscuits for 10 to 12 minutes, until they have risen all the way through. Serve the biscuits warm. Tips and tricks. These King Arthur flour gluten-free biscuits should be kept in an airtight container at room temperature for 2 to 4 days. They can also be kept in the fridge for up to a week. You can also freeze these biscuits as well. Wrap them in plastic wrap and place them in an airtight container for 3 to 6 months in the freezer. Let them thaw in the fridge overnight or at room temperature for an hour. If you are a cheese lover, you can reduce the butter in the flaky biscuits by 1/4 cup and add 1 cup of your favorite cheese. You can add cheddar, Parmesan, and pepper jack, among other choices as well. For more savory flavor, you can add a teaspoon of your favorite herbs or spices such as rosemary, basil, garlic, and parsley. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.